So the majority of the world is going to want safety, and that can really hinder your growth. Like, I've had to go from being sensible, safe, secure. I've then had to go into taking low risk, medium risk, high risk. I've then had to take gambles. I've then had to dig myself out of situations which I ended up being in, which were actually not my fault. And I've had to dig myself out of situations that were directly my fault. But all of these things are, if you want to find the best within you and bring that out of you, and you want that mirror image to go from the internal world to the external world, then you're gonna have to take some sort of a risk. You're not gonna, how can you push to the limits and see what you're capable of without it breaking, without it falling down? Because if you don't get to that point, then you haven't pushed it to its limits. Like, I will push everything to its limits in certain areas until they snap. My goal is to break them, and then when they break, I'll put them back together. But I now know how far I can go with that until that snaps. That was my pressure test, and that's just what I've always done. In some areas I would never do that, but in some areas I would absolutely do that. I'm not saying that you should, I'm just telling you how I do things. But every time you push something to its limits, it snaps. That's where you have to grow. You're going to be in pain. You're going to grow really fast because you're going to have to adapt to that situation really, really, really quickly. You're going to have to find new avenues. You're going to have to maybe obtain new information. You're going to have to go a different way. You're going to have to pivot, and that's going to cause you to grow fast, because you're probably going to be in a place where it's a bit of a panic.